This is the truth, everyone. In Vietnam, I'm a child. I need assistance with everything, including putting on a helmet. But yes, that's right. Helmet on, and I'm ready to dive straight into the chaos of Ho Chi Minh City through its street food. Today, Henry is my guide, and he's going to show me around some of his childhood favorites. First, we're heading to a street market tucked away behind a maze of alleyways. Now we're entering a really tiny alleyway to find the next place that we're going to. We enter a narrow alleyway as a shortcut into the heart of the market. It's wide enough just for one person, or maybe a motorbike, and on both sides you can glimpse everyday life happening in living rooms and kitchens. I come from a place where you'd be lucky to know your neighbors' names, so for me this is very special. So I've just learned that the older generation likes to buy houses because they can set up their businesses just here. And this is how things are done here. They buy the cows and then they set up their restaurant and they go upstairs to sleep and then come down in the morning to open up their shop. Wow, and this is just people's living rooms here. Just on the street, open. I'm very excited for this one. I've been looking to try Vietnamese pizza for a really long time, so the lady's about to make it.
Tiny strip.
Ooh. Do we get to sit in the tiny chairs?
Yeah, for sure, yes.
11% of the population in Saigon make their living through selling street food, so the competition is high. The streets of Saigon are filled with sellers, and the lady we're about to visit sells 600 lemongrass beef skewers a day. Nem Bo Nung Sa. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right. Yeah, totally right.
You're just saying this.
Beef, real, lemongrass.
Nice.
Yeah.
It looks like this. Nom nom.
Yeah. Sauces made from beef with the lemongrass and the real. They use the lemongrass for the flavor without eating lemongrass.
Okay, let's dig in. And my friends, the tiny stools come with. This is for scale, by the way. This is me. This is the stool. This is me. This is the stool. This is how tiny the stools are. Tiny, tiny. Just like this. Okay.
Can you try the pizza first?
This is the moment of truth. This is the Vietnamese pizza, and I love pizza. So. I don't need words. It's just glorious. Oh, it's really spicy. It's got a kick to it. It's got a very thin base, and then there's a spicy sauce and a little bit of cheese and lots of veg. This is the healthiest pizza I think I've eaten in my entire life, but also the spiciest. Alright, so this is a whole assemblage process. So first we have to remove the lemongrass from inside the meat. And then we take one of the pickles and put him inside. Yep. You can see I'm not a pro at this. There we go. 2 pickles. And then all together dips into the sauce, and then it gets eaten. The kind of food you would dream to eat when you're hungry. It's sort of beautifully charcoaled and there's like little bits of pickle inside. And it's crunchy. Oh, and a really spicy carrot. Oh my god. Oh. Right now she's making a cane sugar drink, and she's doing it by pressing the cane stick through the mortars, and this way the juice comes out. It's really tough work. It looks easy, but it requires a lot of strength. This is like your dream summer drink out of cane sugar, and it's got a little bit of lime, and the actual cane gives it real sweetness, and it's super refreshing. Say lime?
Lime. Lamb.
Lime.
Lamb.
I noticed snails and mud crawlers as we passed one of the stalls. They're very popular in Vietnam, and I was keen to give it a go. Okay, I get to try the famous snail. Look, okay, this is a whole system. I'm really excited because I've never seen food. Wait, whoops. I've never seen food this intricately made. So, this is what happens. You take the lemongrass things and then you pull out the snail from inside the shell. And when Henry was showing me, it looked very elegant, but I'm sure I will make a mess. Okay, I pulled it out, yay, excellent. And now, stick it on, dip it in the sauce. That's delicious. It's like it's a paste with mushrooms, and the paste is super soft, and the mushrooms are quite tough. This is basically a dumpling, but inside the shell. This is genius. By the time I finished slowly chewing, it hit rush hour. Saigon has 9 million people, and because tax on cars is so high, most people drive bikes. Never before have I been stuck in traffic jam made up entirely of motorbikes. My palms sweat as I clung on to the back of the bike, and it all sounded like this. Have you seen anything this chaotic? Tell me in the comments. Our next stop was a family-run restaurant tucked away in one of the tiny alleyways, the kind of place only a local would know. It's famous for its rich crab soup that takes 4 hours to cook. Yeah, so I've been rewarded with chopsticks, so let's dig in. Containing tapioca noodles, massive prawns, pork and rich, delicious broth. That's beautiful. Wow. The soup is a journey. And this foodie story concludes with a giant rice, flour and prawn pancake. So I'm taking this big leaf here. This is actually harder than it looks. There we go. In the sauce. Really soft prawn with the crunchy pancake on top and wrapped in this leaf that has lots of different flavors. There's 3 different types of leaves inside. Oh. Whilst I was making a mess of assembling the leafy roll, Henry told me that this place has a lot of meaning for him. He's been coming here since he was a child and hasn't changed in 10 years. The recipe and interior have remained the same. And I've come to understand that food here is not just about eating, it's a way of coming together of friends, neighbors and strangers. I spent 7 days in Ho Chi Minh, a city that at first felt so intimidating, yet getting to know it through its food and the eyes of a local allowed it to have more meaning. Because meaning is infectious, and when something has meaning for one person, we ultimately come to understand it also. Just saying, this is now the next day and I'm still not hungry, so if you want to explore Ho Chi Minh through its beautiful street food scene, Henry's your guy. There's a link in bio. See you next time.